Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. There are 5 writing question types in Duolingo English test, which is fill in the blanks, read incomplete, write about the photo, interactive writing, and writing sample. I've already covered write about the photo and speak about the photo in this video of mine. You can go and watch it. And in today's video, I'm going to cover interactive writing and writing sample. So first of all, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go and give you the explanation of these question types plus tips given by the official Duolingo website. So we're gonna visit that, and then I'm gonna give you my personal experiences plus tips and tricks. So let's go to official Duolingo website first, and then I'm gonna share my experience. Okay. So here it is. Okay. First, let's talk about interactive writing. So I'm gonna come here. Yeah, this is the interactive writing question type, and this is actually the new question type which was added from the 2nd April onward. All right. So time limit is 5 minutes for step one, 3 minutes for step two. Skills measured are literacy and production. Okay. Interactive writing asks you to write about the topic below for 5 minutes and then write a follow-up response for 3 minutes. For step 1, you will be given a written prompt and then you will respond in writing. For step 2, you will be given a follow-up prompt based on your initial response, then you will respond to this second prompt in writing. So actually, there is the main question and then there is a follow-up question, and it will take 8 minutes in total. So tips given for this question type by the official website of Duolingo is that you will be able to see the current tips question as you write. Yeah, so like the questions will be visible to you, and during this tip 2 you will be able to see your initial response as well. So like when you're responding the step 2, let me show you its format. Okay, as you guys can see that the first question has been answered here, and now a follow-up question has been asked, but the response for the first question is visible right here. You can see that. Okay, so coming here, proofread carefully. Do not click next until you have checked your response for the current step and are ready to submit. Okay, so there is no particular, I would say, tip given here. Coming to writing sample. Okay, in writing sample, you will be asked a question and you have to write for 5 minutes about the question. Time limit is 5 minutes and skills measured are literacy and production, same as interactive writing. The writing sample asks you to write about the topic below for 5 minutes. For this question type, you will be given a written prompt. You will write about it at length for 5 minutes. Note that the directions appear for 30 seconds before timer begins. During this time, you will read and consider the prompt and prepare to respond. Okay, we can see some sort of tips given by DT is that first, practice good writing habits, vary your sentence structure and word choice, and express a variety of thoughts with logical transitions. Okay, we're gonna cover that later. Make sure to leave time to check your spelling, grammar, and punctuation. And the topic will be shared with the recipients of your result, so make sure your response is relevant to the topic. The writing sample alongside the speaking sample will be shared to wherever university, organization, like wherever you are sending your result, the writing and speaking sample will be sent together with your results. So you have to be just careful in this part. Think of this as a short essay. The recipients of your results may use the writing sample as additional information about your writing skills. Yeah, so there are some good tips and tricks. All right, so now I will just come and okay, so now I'm gonna give you my own tips and tricks for these two question types, or we can say overall writing on Duolingo English test. But before that, let me talk about a secret website which can be a game changer for you and your journey for preparing for the Duolingo English test. So let's talk about that website. Okay, this website is called remediety.com, and you can not only practice the writing question types separately one by one and this website, but also you can practice each and every question type of the Duolingo English test and the website. Okay, so specifically talking about the writing question types, and especially writing, interactive writing and writing samples. You can see there interactive writing is the new question type and it has been recently updated into the Dreamy DT website. That's why you can practice 35 questions for interactive writing and 318 questions for writing samples. But this is not all. You can literally practice each and every question type. Look at this. For read and select, there are 8,517 questions, and you all the question types of Duolingo are available here. You can practice each and every one by one. To give you a brief information about the website, then there are 6,000 plus DT questions. It's been regularly updated every single day, and this is the best feature out there. AI scoring for read aloud questions. So what does this do is that it grades your speaking with the help of AI, and there are 5 difficulty levels. Uh, you can literally set your target score, as I have set 140, and you can also set the time when you want to take the test. So it can be anytime, so you can just set the date as well. For question types, come here. For vocabulary, there is read and select, which is the new question type. Fill in the blanks in interactive writing are the new question types added to Duolingo English test, and they are now added to the Dreamy DT website as well. And you can see you can literally just practice each and every question type here. So let's talk about interactive writing. Okay, so if I click this question type, if I click this question here, okay, so this is only available for VIP users. Currently, you have 24 hours into 24:30 trials. Okay, so this is all only available for VIP question. Okay, the question is describe a time you were surprised in a positive way. What happened? Provide specific details, reasons, and examples. So describe a time you were surprised in a positive way. Now you can resume. You can write your answer here, but you can also see this sample answer for this question, which is this one. So what I just suggest to you, what I would suggest to you is that you have to write your own answer for 5 minutes. The time is being measured, and once you're done with that, just come and compare your answer to the sample answer, and you will just get some sort of a better knowledge here. Uh, as I've mentioned earlier, one of the best features of the website is the read AI scoring for read aloud questions. And what I meant by that is, let me show you practically. This is also available for VIP users only. You have to be careful about that. Okay, so what you have to do is record yourself saying the statement below. Hence, it cannot account for the correct or incorrect application of a name. Okay, now let's just click AI scoring and see what is the projected score given by AI for this. Okay, so here now let's come to the pricing of the website, because if you're using these all the features or the VIP features, if you want to use the VIP features of the website, then you have to become a VIP member. uh, if you want to become a VIP member for 10 days and access all the 6,000 plus question types in every single feature of the website, you will be charged only $8.97 for 15 days, $10.97, and for 30 days, $11.97. And if you ask me, believe me, I'm saying this from the core of my heart, it is worth it. Because if you purchase, for example, for 30 days, and you will be charged $11.97, you can literally practice 6,000 plus questions regarding Duolingo English test. And after the days when you're going for the actual test, you will see a huge difference in your scores. And I can assure you about that. But all you need to do is that you have to practice and get advantage from the features given by Dreamy DT. The link is down in the description. Just go and give Dreamy DT a chance and visit it once. Alright, so the link for the link of Dreamy DT website is down in the description. Go and give it a chance and visit it once by clicking the link in the description. It is worth it. You can create an account for free, and if you want to get advantage from all the features, then you can of course go VIP. But visit it once. Let me give you my tips and tricks for the writing part of Duolingo English test. The number one tip that I'm gonna give you is that use advanced vocabulary for high scores. And by advanced vocabulary, what I mean is that I've seen lots of you guys telling me that my scores are not my score is not increasing on Duolingo English test, but when I see their sample answers, they're using the word very a lot. Very good, very useful, very important, very hard. Stop using that. Instead of that, use the synonyms, advanced synonyms for these words in your responses. All right, and also use idioms, but you have to be just cautious about one thing, that you have to use the right words in idioms in the right part, because I still remember when I was giving the Duolingo English test, I was able to write two idioms only in my writing sample, because I could use all those two idioms only, and there was no chance to use more idioms, so that's why I avoided them. You don't need to just forcefully use and add idioms and advanced vocabulary if they're not useful in that situation. So keep that in mind. Tip number two that I'm gonna give you is that do not use contractions. um, I myself has the habit of using contractions whenever I'm speaking or writing, but when it comes to Duolingo English test, you should uh, avoid using contractions, because number one, it doesn't sound formal, and number two, in Duolingo English test, there is a scoring criteria that the more you write, the high scores you will get. So instead of using the word don't, if you say do not, uh, don't is one word and do not are two words. Simply I am, you are, won't, will not, and these kind of. So there are like lots of contractions in English, and you have to just avoid using them. Tip number three is be cautious about spelling mistakes, and this is one of the crucial tips that I could give you. I've seen lots of people making spelling mistakes, and if you make a spelling mistake, then your word that you have written will be counted incorrect, and then the scores will be deducted from you, of course. So you have to avoid spelling mistakes. And here you have to also remember the tip number four here, that is avoid stupid writing mistakes. And what I mean by that, I have seen lots of people using adding sesis with plural nouns. For example, people is a plural noun, but I've seen lots of people uh, using peoples instead of people. Or we can say they are using for fish, for the plural of fish, it's fish, but they're using fishes. And this in this way, there are like lots of words which are used incorrectly by them, and this actually detect your scores in Duolingo English test. You have to avoid this. Number two is and number two in this stupid mistakes is punctuation. For the in the At the end of affirmative sentence, use full stop. I've seen lots of people do not using that. They don't know where to use comma, where to use exclamation mark, where to use column, semicolon, and you have to just review the punctuation rules before you're going for the Duolingo English test, and you have to practice them beforehand so that you can use them naturally in the correct way. And also there are some nouns which are uncountable, but I've seen people adding ses to them as well. Like for example, information. I've seen lots of people using informations. Do not add s at the end of it. Advice, advices. No, advice is an uncountable noun. Do not add s. Like sugar, like fuel, like furniture. So avoid these kind of stupid mistakes because it will cost you scores. Believe me. All right. When you start your answer, so the first thing that you have to do is write a topic sentence. At the topic sentence, if you are asked for your opinion, so do not just start your answer by the sentence "in my opinion." Use other alternatives here. For example, you can say as far as I'm concerned. Okay, regarding this issue, my opinion is the way I see this problem, and these kind of other sentences that you can find on Google, and I have also shared them in my previous videos as well, so use them. Okay, another tip is use transition words. um, After the topic sentence you have to write a few supporting sentences, and in supporting sentences you have to use transition words like furthermore, however, additionally, in addition to, firstly, secondly, lastly, like this. Okay, and when you are done writing the supporting sentences, then you have to write the concluding sentence. In the concluding sentence, you can also use some sentences in transition words. For example, ultimately, and then then sum up your response. You can say to sum up, and then write it. You can say with that being said. You can say at the end of the day, and then sum up your response. And you can say last but not the least, and sum up your response. So this is how you write it. First you need to use topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentence. In the topic sentence, use a starting phrase to start your response. In supporting sentences, use transition words to link your ideas and get a high score. And in concluding sentence, use a transition or just a sentence to conclude your answer. All right. So these were the tips and tricks that I have followed in my own Duolingo English tests, and if you follow them carefully, then you will get a high score on Duolingo English test. I hope this video was helpful, and I'm sure if you follow these tips and tricks carefully, then you will get your desired scores on Duolingo English test. And do not forget to visit the Dreamy DT website. The link is down in the description. That is one of the best websites where you can prepare for Duolingo English test. A visit to that is must, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.